All right, looks like we are live. For those of you that are just now joining us, welcome our guest, Perry Ritter from This Is My Bourbon Podcast. If you
We're
missed,
live on air dance, by the way. I don't know why. I just settled on it.
Yeah, so if you missed our part one, we were just live on Perry's channel. I put a link below in the description. Check that out, whether you're watching the replay or, if you're watching now, stick around, watch this, and then go check that out.
Yeah, don't leave.
Don't leave. But yeah, we've been having a great time. Our theme for tonight is trying a bunch of home blends. So we did 3 or 4 different on his channel. One we let mingle a little bit. We're starting back with it on this channel. But yeah, we have 3 more planned for you guys. So it's going to be a fun one. I'm looking forward to it. Welcome everyone in the chat. Most of you, we just saw you.
Yes.
Welcome back.
Brian asked if he switched to ECBP too soon. I don't know. Are you seeing us in different positions from when we were on the last?
Oh yeah, we swapped.
Well, don't tell him. Let him figure it out.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, Don's already ruined it. Never mind.
Yeah, so if you missed the end of our last stream, we were doing a home blend of something equal to Little Book 3, which was last year's special edition Little Book, which was a blend of Booker's, Baker's, Knob Creek, and Basil Hayden. I did not have Basil Hayden. Perry, on the other hand, had an Old Granddad, which is the same mash bill of Basil Hayden. So his is going to be a little bit more true to life. Maybe ish.
We're gonna find out. The nose is different.
Oh no. Okay, but I did
significantly different.
Oh no. So the difference. So I went to go grab the Beaten Biscuit. So we're using the same Bookers. Previously on his stream, I had the wrong one. So the correct Bookers is in there now.
Last time on This Is My Bourbon Podcast.
Oh yeah. So I haven't nosed either of these. So I have the original back here. That's Bookersy. So I did notice, Perry, before you added the Old Granddad, you thought they smelled very similar. Since I haven't added the Old Granddad, I think they smell very similar. So did the Old Granddad change it or something?
Yeah, it made it really tobacco-y.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was very, very strange. I mean, like, it if you removed the tobacco note that I'm getting on the home blend, it would be almost identical.
Yeah.
So
mine are so similar. I mean, I get a little more sweetness on like my blend of it, but I mean, mine are real close.
Oh no, there is like, it's like tobacco hanging in a barn.
Oh wow. Well, you said it was an older old Granddad, right?
Yeah, it's a dusty, I guess. Old Granddad from like the early 2000s.
Oh wow.
So
maybe that contributes to the tobacco note.
Who's to say, man?
Yeah.
I am interested in finding out how these taste comparatively, though.
Oh yeah, for sure. Welcome everyone. Welcome Guy Davis. So good seeing looking at Perry again. Trev Wilson.
Trev Wilson, I love you.
Joseph asks, is the Little Book oakier? On the nose, I think so. I'm getting a lot more oak on the Little Book. But then again, most of these are probably older than what I put into this one. So,
dude, Little Book 3 is so good.
It really is.
I mean, finally they had a good Little Book. And not that 1 and 2 were terrible, but 3 was just an out of the park home run, which is what a home run is. But
I did not try number 1.
We've already been streaming for 50 minutes.
So I did not try Little Book 1. I did not have a chance to try that. Or if I did, it was a long time ago and I don't remember it. I did have Little Book 2. Again, like you said, they're different. Speaking in analogy, the different ballparks.
There we go. That's what I was. That's what I was going for, and it came out wrong.
Yeah, Little Book 3. I mean, I've made this comparison before, and people were offended. I've tried Booker's 30th. I tried it once. It's been a while, but when I first tried Little Book 3, I got some strong Booker's 30th similarities there.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sarah from It's Bourbon Night, I told her this in person during our their meetup in October. She's like, we'd have a few pours, and she's like, "Who told me this tastes like Booker's 30th?" I was like, it reminds me of it. It doesn't taste like Booker's 30th. So I say that with caution because Sarah was offended by that statement.
You just shrink down in the corner and you go, me. A nice stable.
Oh, yeah. So I'm just trying the regular Booker's third or Booker's 30th. I wish. No, I actually do have some samples of Booker's 30th and Booker's Rye coming up on a future stream. So keep an eye out for that.
Okay. I just tried my blend.
Okay, I haven't moved there yet, but I'm down.
Ooh.
Uh-oh.
It is a monster.
Oh no.
No, I mean like it is a punch to the gut. And then it keeps hitting you over and over. I mean, like, it is a flavor explosion.
Oh, I'm excited. I'm gonna go for it.
And I think that I wouldn't have gotten as much flavor. I mean, it probably would have been comparable to the Little Book 3, but I think the addition of this dusty old granddad.
I was about to say mine's completely different, but go ahead.
Totally changed it and put it in a different ballpark. See, I got there eventually. I can do metaphors. I was an English major for a few years.
See, mine on the other hand, wow. Ooh. Perry, I'm almost saying like you should remake it without the old granddad because I am feeling this. This is.
How is it comparing to the?
So it's not as oaky for sure, because I mean most of these in here aren't as old. We have the same age on the Knob Creek, which we mentioned on your stream. But wow, that's so well rounded. Whoa, that's like, hold on.
I guess I can continue sipping.
So mine, gosh, I mean, what are we guessing the proof is on this blend? I mean, it's like what, like 115-ish?
So I went equal parts.
Same here.
You know, I could just do the math.
You have the beakers and everything.
Technology. 100 plus 107 plus 126.1. By that by 4. Mine's at about 113.
Okay. Yeah.
And the Little Book is at 122.
Okay. That's so interesting. I mean, on first sip, I prefer the blend more than Little Book 3. Like I'm actually shocked by that. Which if you missed that, I didn't add the old granddad / Basil Hayden. I've just added the Bakers, Bookers, and Knob Creek. So I have not added that extra high rye component there.
Yeah, I'm not thinking that here's where things kind of get a little bit nitpicky. I highly doubt that they did 50-50 blends. Or 1-to-1 blends all the way through. I am imagining.
I was gonna say, what are the older ones? Because there's a lot of oak in that. 12-year-old Baker. They had a 12-year-old Bakers. I do not have that. I didn't have Baker's 13. And they have an 11-year-old Booker's, which, by the way, did they ever clarify what an 11-year-old Booker's means? Because that's a little suspicious.
I guess that would just be.
But Booker's is. Do they barrel age a Booker's?
Honestly, Clifton, I think all it means is that it's just a barrel-proof Jim Beam.
Gotcha. That would make sense.
I mean, it's the same mash bill. It's not like it's a high rye mash bill.
Right.
So,
I mean, it's marketing, right?
Yeah, I mean that's what they're getting at, and I think that what they could have been saying too. And Clifton's showing you guys if his camera will focus.
I'm sorry. Oh, there we go.
There it is. So he's showing you the different recipes, or the recipe that goes into the Little Book Chapter 3. I totally lost what I was saying, but anyway, I think that
Here's the tasting notes if you're curious.
What they could have been getting at too was, if they're calling it an 11-year-old Booker's, maybe it's an 11-year-old Jim Beam that is just as good as the blend of Booker's that makes it to the shelf. You see what I mean?
Gotcha. Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
And I'm not saying like they I don't know. Is 4 barrels of bourbon enough to satisfy the market? You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what's weird. Like, I get the concept behind it, and I think it's really cool that they're combining all of these small batches. But like, it's a little weird to have Booker's on there. I don't know. I mean, if they said a 11-year-old Jim Beam, I would be just as excited as an 11-year-old Booker's.
Well, as much as they are trying to do publicity, I think they're also some of the thought behind it has to be that he's paying tribute to his family history.
Very true.
Because you've got Booker's, Baker's,
Not
Basil Hayden.
Yeah.
The first three are all Jim Beam family or Jim Beam family adjacent in some capacity, and Knob Creek. Shoot, where'd my bottle go? I have too many bottles. I can't remember, but I mean, there's something about the family history too.
Oh yeah. So
behind the Knob Creek.
I'm grateful that I went to like the tour. So Knob Creek was the name of a local like I don't know if it was a creek or like a park or something, but it has some relevance to the Beam family history. That was like I think it's where like honestly I think it's where like Booker Beam went to go like just when he wanted to meditate and relax. Right. That's what they told us on the tour. I think something like that.
So I mean, what they're essentially doing is attaching brand names that hold significance to the No family or to the Beam family, and then marketing this product, which is, you know, he's now the, what is it, 8th generation Beam like family member to be the master distiller, or will be when he is actually the master distiller, Freddie No. So I don't know, man. I think that, you know, what we're getting at.
We've been going off.
Yeah, what we're getting at is that it might be Booker's in name only, or it might be Knob Creek in name only. But it's not the actual product itself that would be called Booker's.
So I wanted to catch up with the chat real quick. People asking about mod privileges or moderator privileges on my chat. I was going to set that up, but I'm using StreamYard right now, so I can't. I do want to add mods. Fortunately, I have not had to add mods yet because we haven't had any people come in that have disturbed the peace a bit. I know, fortunately. But next stream that I'm not on a StreamYard stream, I will set that up. So look forward to that. Steven says his chosen drunk snack tonight is mozzarella sticks. He's asking me. I mean, it's been a few minutes since he asked that. He's probably already picked one. He said mozzarella sticks or salt and vinegar chips.
Go salt and vinegar. Or no, excuse me. Go mozzarella sticks. I love salt and vinegar personally.
But if you're drinking bourbon with it,
that's what I was about to say. They do not mix well with bourbon.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so either. So I think we should move on. I mean, my opinion was I just revisited the regular Little Book 3, and it's wonderful. I love it a lot. But I do like mixing these 3. Again, not the 4, but the 3. I think it tastes fantastic. So
let me try my blend as well. I apologize. I'm not moving as fast.
It's okay. We've been like an hour and a half almost. Mine is really good.
I like my blend a lot too.
Mm-hmm.
I do think that that tobacco note is just a little bit heavy. Just a little bit heavy.
See, I don't get any of that on mine. So that must be the old granddad.
Yeah, I think that was just the difference in our thanks, Brandon.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh god. I can put user in timeout. That's an option. Brandon,
can you do that from in here?
I can.
Hey, you know what though? What you could do is you could hop over to your actual YouTube page.
Yeah, I didn't plan ahead. I didn't plan ahead enough to do that.
You're good, buddy. Anyway,
I can block them too. So don't get funny with me, guys. We can block you.
Steven made me an admin in our group chat finally on Facebook Messenger.
After what, like half a year, like a year almost?
Oh, it was definitely over a year. And my first message was, y'all straighten up and act right. Don't be a dick. You know.
Yeah,
words
so
to live by.
I hate to pour these in my dump glass. I mean, we're 15 minutes in. We got stuff to do. It's so good though.
We do. I'm excited for this next one.
Yeah, I'm gonna save my blend. I'll pour the little book because I can always pour more of that when I want to. So I'll dump that.
I saved my blend as well.
Yeah, cool. You're gonna actually save it this time, Perry.
Well, look, man. I only brought 2 glasses up.
It's okay.
So I'm trying to be conservationalist.
I don't
It's a
even know
word. Look it up.
what is this. Oh, this is my dumb glass. Okay, I was like, what is this? It's so weird. Okay, off camera. Don't forget about him. You guys, we've been going for an hour and 15 minutes. You guys. That was water, by the way, in case any of you are curious what I just chugged. Okay.
I chugged some water as well.
Okay. So moving on. So this is one where we're going to be a little bit different. I actually have a bottle of something referred to, if you saw the title of this stream, the Kansas City Shuffle. This was sent to me by Richie, not Richie Z, who's always in the chat. This is not Richie Z, but this is a local guy out here in LA. He managed to get his hands on a bottle. He knew I loved the knob, as someone mentioned in the chat earlier. Brandon, I think it was you. This is called the Kansas City Shuffle. This was a release from the Kansas City Whiskey Society, batch number 1. So this was a really special release. They actually only released this to their Whiskey Society, but they had a couple bottles. You know, like they sold on. I don't know if it was secondary or what. I actually don't know. I was not involved in the process, but they managed to give Richie a bottle, who gave me a bottle. So this is the bottle itself. It is bottle number 31 of 131. So the reason I'm doing this now is because while Perry doesn't have a bottle of this, he can recreate it somewhat. So I'm curious to see how they compare. What this is a blend of their Knob Creek single barrel pick from the Kansas City Whiskey Society. They also did an Elijah Craig pick. So what did they do? They blended them together and they let it rest for 30 days in a I wish Richie was in the chat right now. They're like professionals. They have like not like a still, but it's like a metal container that looks like a still. They let it rest for 30 days.
A vat.
And yeah, vat. Okay. And so my one thing that I did change about this is Richie said, you got to let it open up. So what I did was last night, I opened the cork in my whiskey cabinet, let it sit for 24 hours open. That was his recommendation based on his communication with the group. So we did that. So it's opened up a little bit more, but I'm really excited to try this one. By the way, there's no reviews of this on YouTube. There are no reviews of this on Google from what I could find. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. And Perry, I'm curious to hear your thoughts on your blend. What store are you featuring for your blend?
So I went local. I went with Liquor Barn. I used most of the last of this, actually a 12-year Elijah Craig pick.
Oh, nice.
Which has been one of my favorite Elijah Craig picks for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And a Knob Creek 11-year pick that I actually just picked up today.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, I thought about using the Mash Made in Heaven or something like that, which was Chad and Sarah's pick from It's Bourbon Night for their wedding.
Right.
But I just got this Knob Creek pick today. I was like, why the heck not? You know?
Yeah. Joseph asked, what are the percentages? So the weird thing is they don't tell me. There's a whole story on the back of this bottle. They had a blend in 2018 that was super successful. It sold out instantly. So that was the inspiration behind this bottle. But they really don't say. So what they said is they had a blind tasting of 11 entries of different blends. And based on their Whiskey Society, this was the winning blend. So there was a lot of thought put into this, and I'm excited to review this. I have tried it, but I haven't tried it since letting it open up a bit. So,
and I just went 50-50 with my blend.
That's probably the most obvious decision. Don, yeah, I do need to get a Norland glass. My only problem is I know they're on sale right now, but it's the same price as Amazon, but Amazon won't ship until like 2 weeks from now. Have you guys, is that the same case in your guys' area, Perry? Area,
Perry. I apologize.
You're fine. So Amazon Prime, every single item is delayed like 2 weeks. Is that the case for you, or is it just us?
I have not. I honestly have not ordered anything off of Amazon Prime since COVID-19 hit.
Yeah.
So I cannot say for sure. I imagine that's probably limited more towards the big target areas.
Right. Yeah. Brian says he's still getting 2-day shipping. So yeah, for us, like I even tried to order my husband some birthday gifts, and they're like, "Oh, it'll arrive the week after his birthday."
When's
So I was
his
like,
birthday?
"Okay, I'm gonna March 30th. It's already passed."
Oh.
So I printed out photos
Happy
of the
late
items I
birthday,
ordered
Justin.
him. I printed out photos. I was like, "Here's what you're getting in 2 weeks."
Hey, Don asks a really important question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read it for you. Have you had it in New Orleans?
I have not, Don, but Brandon has some New Orleans, and I can take some of those. Oh, so this is my first time smelling it after letting it open up for a day, which I was super nervous, by the way, about doing. Like leaving the cork off for a full 24 hours. Sorry, it wasn't 24 hours. It was 12 hours. My bad. But overnight, I was nervous. I was like, oh no, I don't want to leave a bourbon open for 12 hours. I'm scared.
Oh no.
But I will say, it smells fantastic. So Barry, what are you getting on yours?
Honestly, based on the components that went into it, I would expect it to be a little bit more forward.
Okay.
But it seems slightly subdued. Now, that being said, I'm still picking up some. I'm honestly getting like a fresh baked bread note on the nose.
So mine has definitely changed since I tried it without letting it, sit overnight. I'm back on that like peanut butter note that I was getting on, what was it, number 2 on your stream? I'm getting a lot of that.
Maybe.
Whichever one had all the peanut butter. I'm getting like
I can't remember.
I hate to say screwball. I hate to say screwball note. That sounds so bad.
Yeah,
that
was
some screwball note on this. Yeah.
Hey, by the way, this might help us figure out what the percentages are for this one.
Proof.
What's the proof? Yeah.
Let me see if it's on the bottle. If it's not, it is not on the bottle, which isn't it like illegal or something? Hold on. He did tell me the proof. I think it's 108. I'm pretty sure it's 108. So we'll go with that. So the Elijah Craig is what?
Let me do a quick little experiment here.
Yeah, Elijah Craig is 94 proof. Knob Creek. Wow, I forgot Knob Creek. You guys, this is tough going this long.
Would it by chance be 107 proof?
I'm pretty sure he said 108, but it may be 107.
That would be really strange if it were 108, because if you add 94 and 120 and divide it by 2, it's 107.
We'll go with 107 then. I think he told me 108, but honestly, we're all, like I said, there's no info about this on the internet. I tried researching, you guys. I did. There's nothing out there about it at all. So we're just, but that's cool, Perry, because that means it's like a fair 50-50, which is what you did.
Yeah. And I mean, each single barrel is going to be different, right, to some degree. So it's possible that, I just had an alternate version of what the Kansas City Shuffle could have turned out to be. I don't dislike the nose, to get back to what we were originally talking about. I, to be fair, just did this blend. So it's not like this
has been sitting for 30 days plus an additional 12 hours in my pantry.
Exactly. So I'm not getting the exact same, the exact same bottle that you are by any means. So I'm really just kind of doing an approximation at this point.
Yeah. By the way, I forgot to do my plug. If you're new here, I know a lot of you guys came over from Perry's stream. You've probably left already, but if you're new here, I would love if you could subscribe. It really does mean a lot. I go live every Thursday night right after Perry's stream, which is why we're trying to do a little tandem thing here. Maybe not every week, but I think it's really fun to go back to back. Maybe we should limit because it's a lot to drink at once.
It is, but you know what? Maybe our what we should have done is we should have started at 80 proof.
Oh yeah, that's our problem. Almost everything we're doing is barrel proof here.
That is not untrue.
We'll figure this out, but I'm really looking
forward
there
eventually
to doing these together. I think it's so much fun. I mean, you guys, most of you that come to my stream, we're just in Perry's stream, so it makes perfect sense.
Exactly. And it's nice because, I just started doing my streams again.
Right.
3 weeks ago after I looked it up. It's been like a 9-month hiatus.
Oh, wow.
So
You know what's funny is my first live stream was your after show one night. Back when you were doing streams, my first live stream, I was like, you know what? I want to go live. I'm going to go live after Perry. And that's how
May
it
as
started.
well.
So, hey, those 9 months I carried you through.
Honestly, yeah, thank you. Yes. And now I got to go back into quarantine. Thanks, Clifton. That's been one of my favorite things to see is people who gave birth. People who gave birth like right in the middle of the beginning of the quarantine, and they've got a little letterboard that says like 9 months in quarantine, and now I gotta deal with this crap or whatever. It just makes
that goes with everyone saying that like babies that are being born during like after this quarantine are being called the quarantines when they reach their teenage years.
My favorite has been COVID if it's a boy and Corona if it's a girl.
Oh my god, I bet people will do that. Sadly. People, especially out here in California, some names I hear.
First name COVID, middle name 19.
Hey, don't doubt people. People crazy.
Or like COVID the 19th of France.
Or just something like their first name is like Connor and their middle name is like, I don't know, what is it? Videa?
David.
Oh yeah. That would be so. Oh wait, no, it's not cool. I mean,
it would be hilarious. Don't get me wrong.
It would be hilarious.
Start COVID-19 Junior. Yes, indeed, Stephen.
Okay, I haven't tried mine yet. Have you tried yours?
I did try mine, but I wasn't getting a whole lot off of it, so I'm going to go back for another sip.
Hey, I think there are some significant changes from letting it open up overnight. Last night when I did do a little taste of it last night, I was being overwhelmed by the Knob Creek, like the overly oaked notes. But now I'm getting a lot more of that Elijah Craig influence there. So I'm getting the caramel, like the heavy caramel that I get on Elijah Craig. But that Knob Creek is there, which, I mean, you guys know I love both of them equally. I can't compare. I think this is a perfect blend, and I'm curious to see. I mean, Perry, yours is like a off the cuff blend. Oh wait, we got a super chat here, Brian.
I actually got one too from Brian. So
awesome. So Brian, thank you. I remember the first post Perry live. Thank you, Brian. You and Tammy have been here all along, which many of you have been here all along. So, oh yeah, what was I was going to do this? I was going to do a. Here we go. There we go. That's my cheers to you. Thank you for Brian. I do appreciate it. You've always been a supporter. So. Which we all love you. Everyone loves Brian. Everyone loves the Brinnickeys, honestly.
The Brinnickeys are like our bourbon mom and dads.
Yes. Which hopefully I'll see in Vegas in September. Fingers crossed.
I'm crossing everything I got, man.
I know. My first Vegas trip of the year is canceled. This one better stick around. Yeah, I'm loving my blend. So Perry, I'm curious to hear what your second thoughts on yours are.
Mine is also... I would say it's very good.
Okay.
I would like to be able to get more into this. Unfortunately, I used the last of that Elijah Craig pick to make it happen. But I do have other ones. I have an 11-year that's floating around here somewhere. I have so many bottles in this daggone room. Like I even have a bunch of empty bottles that I just need to take out and I haven't gotten to yet.
That's been my goal during this quarantine. I've been finishing off bottles that I've delayed finishing off. So.
Maybe that could be the next collaboration stream that we do is just
bottle kills.
Killing
I'm down.
bottles.
I'm down.
But anyway, so the palate is a little bit lackadaisical. It might be more fruity than anything. It does kind of lean into some of the baked good notes that I've been picking up. The finish is like an eternity. I mean, I am still like chewing on the alcohol heat. I am still feeling even I always have kind of equated the palate of Elijah Craig to a snickerdoodle. And so I'm even kind of picking that up. I don't feel like a lot of the Knob Creek flavor profile has carried over.
Oh, interesting. Because you're blending like a 94 proof with a 120 proof, right?
Yeah.
So that's really interesting.
It's 2 different single barrel picks.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe it just needs more time to mingle. It needs more time to blend. But it's kind of it's just kind of fallen a little bit flat for me on the palate. Again, I don't hate it.
Yeah.
But it seems like I'm missing a little bit of something there.
And what you're starting with are both. I mean, I don't know about you, Perry, but Knob Creek single barrel store picks and Elijah Craig store picks are like some of my favorites. So
well, I will say Elijah Craig store picks have always been hit or miss with me, and it really wasn't until about a year ago that I started really enjoying them. And even then, they've been kind of wishy-washy.
And that's actually I hate to chime in, but like so I've had a couple. Oh yes, my stream, right?
It's your show, dude. Yeah.
No,
swap
but
places.
But that's actually a good point. So I to date have only had one Knob Creek pick that I did not like. It was a Costco pick, but it was supposedly selected by their master distiller. I don't know about that. It was a Costco pick, but that was the only one that I did not like. However, some Elijah Craig picks, I've had a couple or 2 or 3 that I haven't liked. So that's a really good point. I've just been buying from the same store that I know I like their picks. So I'm like, oh, this is a pick, buying it now. So, but with Knob Creek, I'm a little more flexible. I think most Knob Creek picks are going to be pretty good.
Yeah, I think so too. And that's kind of been proven as Jim Beam kind of slowed down the amount of 14-year-old or really just kind of older age Knob Creek picks in general. It has really shown that even their 9 and 10-year-old single barrel products do have a lot of merit to them. So, you know, I think that if we're talking about, you know, a single barrel program, Jim Beam has something really strong with the Knob Creek product.
Yeah, and if you missed our earlier, well, it was part of the stream too, but the Knob Creek that I used for the little book, like homebrew little book, was a 9-year Knob Creek, which normally I buy the older ones, but I bought this one for $35, and I cannot complain for $35.
That's insane.
Yeah,
especially since I just picked this Knob Creek 11-year pickup for $60 today.
Okay. So, but to be fair, that's not the norm out here. Most Knob Creek picks are about $50. $50 is our regular price for Knob Creek picks. Okay. So this was an anomaly, but
anomaly is a fun word to try to say when you
I had to think about it. I was like,
anemone. All right, don't hurt yourself, kid.
Okay, are we ready to move on to our next one?
Hold on just 2 seconds.
Yeah. Way to finish it off, Barry. All right, so next up, we do have a really special one to save for the end, which was inspired by... Now, Brian Brennicky, I'm not sure if you were the one that came up with this, but you inspired me to do this one. I think Jason from the Mash and Drum also did this on his stream. I wasn't able to catch it last night. I got to look at the replay, but we'll get to that in a second. Before that, let's get to our second to last blend of the night. This is a blend of something we are revisiting for the night. We have some Old Bel Air Antique, which we did a blend on Perry's channel. The giant bottle right there. Blended with, this is gonna be a weird one, you guys. We're blending it with some Sazerac Rye.
I have no idea how this is gonna turn out.
We have no idea. This was the weird one. So we were browsing like Reddit, and we saw this one person. They listed off like 5 different ones. Like, oh, these are my favorite blends. And we saw this one. We were like, you know what? That's really interesting. We gotta try it. So that's what we went for with that one. I have no idea how it's gonna turn out. Me neither. Both Buffalo Trace products, so there's that. And this is also a 50-50 blend, if you're making it along with this at home.
If you're playing along at home.
Oh, that was I don't know if you guys heard that, but that was first cork pop of the Sazerac Rye. Oh, this bottle sounded sexy. I may have to hold on to this bottle. Those like glugs were like real sexy.
Clifton's feeling real good about his bourbon.
I am.
Oh yeah.
Hey, I actually haven't bought a bottle of this in like a year and a half. This is one of the first ryes I ever bought. I haven't tried it since then, honestly. So I'm excited to try this and also try it on its own.
Honestly, this is only like my second or third bottle of Sazerac Rye, which is a shame because I love it. It is
Oh
a
yeah,
very, very good rye whiskey.
yeah. So my problem was it was the first rye we ever bought, like literally the first rye we ever bought, and I was like, oh, we got to explore more. So I was like, why do we got to settle with the Sazerac? And now I'm like, why didn't we settle with the Sazerac? So I'm excited to have another bottle of it.
So I imagine that what they were kind of going with here is something similar to an E.H. Taylor 4-grain.
Mm-hmm.
Because what you're introducing is basically a high corn content into what becomes this blend, while still maintaining what is essentially the flavoring agent at 51% of the rye whiskey in the Sazerac. And I honestly don't know what the percentage of wheat is, but predominantly what you're picking up now is, going to be the corn in terms of the mash bill or the blend.
I'll say on the nose, I'm getting some very different thoughts from that.
Well, this is all me postulating before I've actually tried
Yeah,
it.
yeah. No, I would have thought the same thing, but like, whoa, that's weird.
Whoa.
What? It burns, right? Like it like goes right up your nostrils.
Actually, I'm not getting that. I'm getting a much more mellow flavor popping up on the nose.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of, it seems to be bringing out more of the tannic oak notes that would have been present on like an older aged bourbon or an older aged whiskey.
See, I think my problem is I haven't had the Sazerac Rye on its own in so long. The only thing that's popping out to me is those strong rye notes. That's like what I'm getting.
I'm missing out on some of the rye notes. I think it's kind of layered a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I think the longer that I let it sit and the longer that I let it open up, I'll start to pick up on it more.
Right.
There is a pretty heavy like red berry note
Oh, interesting.
on there too that I'm picking up. Clifton, remind me, were you using just a standard run of the mill OWA or was it a pick?
Just a standard.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah. Pre-cork.
Yes, pre-cork. I do have a cork, but it's a pick.
I have not gotten a corked OWA yet. The only corked Weller product that I have, other than WLW, humble brag, is a foolproof. So,
which you're also bragging about, by the way.
I'm trying not to.
I do want to like cleanse my palate a bit and revisit it because I would like to find that similar note to what you're finding.
See, this is such a prime example. And I feel like everything that we've done tonight is a really good example of why blends need time to mingle and to open up. Because I mean, I've now smelled this 4 or 5 times. Every single time
it's changed, right?
It has totally changed. And like, I went from smelling a red berry note to smelling green apples.
You know what? I'm getting a blend of the both right now. So I didn't get either of that to start out with. I just got the rye.
It's a cornucopia.
Now that I've revisited it, though, I was first excited. I was like, "Oh man, the red berry note!" I'm like, "Oh, he's already shifted on me to the green apple." But to be fair, I do get that too. There's way more fruitiness there than I originally got when I first poured it.
I will say I didn't like the nose the first time I smelled it. Mm-hmm. I thought it was just kind of average. I thought there was a little bit like, not bitterness necessarily, but it was just kind of whatever.
Oh wow, but I'm overwhelmed by the green apple now. Sorry.
But the more that it's mingled, the longer that I've let it sit, honestly, the better it's gotten. I gotta try it.
Yeah,
I
me
gotta
too.
try it, Clifton.
Cheers.
Cheers to you, buddy.
Oh, that's weird.
I had first off, dang,
Yeah.
that is delicious. But I had an off bottle of E.H. Taylor small batch.
Mhm.
And like through and through, and unfortunately, it was the one that we actually used to review on the show,
Mhm.
and that was the first one I ever owned. And by the second one that I had, I was like, "This tastes off." And I brought it to Chad and Sarah, and I said, "What do you guys feel like this is an off bottle of E.H. Taylor small batch?" And they're like, "No, that pretty much tastes like it." So I had an off bottle originally that was just like through and through caramel green apples. And this reminds me a lot of it. I think it's got more complexity on the finish than that did. But if we're talking about like a...
Sorry, I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing because I keep saying that I'm getting green apple notes on other bourbons when I'm trying them on this channel. This is the first one that I'm like, this is like legit fair green apple, caramel apple. Like, that's crazy. What?
Yeah. But this is totally that same palette that I had. I mean, through and through. And if we are talking about, like I was saying before, maybe this was somebody trying to recreate the, whatever the blend might have been for an E.H. Taylor 4-grain.
Mm-hmm.
This is pretty close. I mean, it still has the sweet fruity notes. There's a little bit of a savoriness to it as well. That is right on the head. But it's a fine blend, my friend.
Oh, yeah. This is, I mean, not to say this is my favorite. I mean, I really did like some of the earlier ones, but this is the most unique thing we've tried, I think, in my opinion. It's so different, but I love it. Like, it's weird.
Yeah. This is the one that, if somebody was asking for a daily drinker based on whatever you might have around, say, you had half bottles of whatever, and it just happens to be that you had Sazerac Rye and OWA.
Mm-hmm.
I would totally recommend this blend.
Oh, yeah. It makes me curious to try the Sazerac Rye on its own because it's been a while since I've had that.
And it's a sweet rye. I mean, like, it is a sweeter rye whiskey.
I have a dump glass. I'm going to figure this out because I am so perplexed by this. Like, I love it.
I mean, I would make a dump glass, but this daggone blend's so good.
That was my dump glass. Oh no. Wait, the previous blend that I was supposed to be saving for the end of the stream. Oops.
Womp womp.
I do want to try this though, because to be fair, I've never reviewed this on my channel, but this was my first rye that I ever bought. So I love that cork pop.
It's a good one. You want to hear what it sounds like when it's mostly empty?
What is it? Does it glug for you too? Oh, that's sad. Mine glugs so much. I'm not even pouring it. Like, I'm literally not pouring it. Listen. Nothing's coming out of the bottle at all.
I'm gonna spill it if I go any further.
Okay, don't worry about it. To be fair, though, I'm getting that similar green apple note, so maybe it's the Sazerac Rye that's bringing me that note.
It could be. It could very well be. Maybe what I wound up originally with was a mislabeled E.H. Taylor 4-grain that I didn't know about.
Oh, but that's all it's got. It's got that flavor that I like up front, but there's no finish on this. Yeah, it's honestly disappointing on its own. I hate to say that, but this blend though is really, really good.
Brian, you're right. Mine was way too empty to glug.
So my chat is frozen, Perry. So you're gonna have to keep me up to date.
Yeah, sure. I actually pulled up the YouTube chat.
Oh, did yours freeze too?
just to try to stay a little bit more
Okay.
up
Well,
to date
Perry,
with
keep
it.
talking for a second while I pull this up.
Sure. I don't know what you want me to say, but I
Oh wait, mine just caught up. You're good.
okay.
So the last thing I saw before that was like God didn't make little green apples. I'm like, what? That's the last thing I saw. But okay, we're good now. So no,
All
this
right.
blend incredibly improves on the Sazerac Rye for me personally.
I'm eating a cracker from far away.
I need some crackers. That's one thing I didn't get in my grocery order. Maybe next week. That's
Or
how
2
bad it
weeks
is.
from now, who's to say?
Maybe. I haven't even checked, honestly. It's crazy.
Oh. I'm having a great time.
Yeah. We do have one more blend to do tonight, which we're making good time, I think. We're 15 minutes left. I think we're doing good.
Yeah.
Let
It
me
sounds like it's enough time for like 3 more pours.
I mean, hey, let's do it. Okay, so the last one officially is what has been dubbed the Heaven Hill 4-grain. Now, I don't know the origin of this. I do know that Brian Bernicki mentioned it to me, but I think Jason from Mash and Drum also did this on his stream, so I'm not taking any credit for this whatsoever. But it's a blend of Larceny Barrel Proof, A120. It honestly doesn't matter the batch, which Perry and I we didn't really collaborate on the batch we're using.
Well, the only Larceny barrel proof that's out
Yeah. Oh yeah.
is
No,
20 right now.
I was thinking ahead to the electric eye because we didn't plan that. But Larceny Barrel Proof A120. And Brian says we can totally take credit. So I have the Electric Eye C919.
I do not. I was only Heaven Hill sent me a sample of it, and it is long gone.
Okay.
You know what I'd like to do though?
Yeah.
I have an unopened bottle of C918.
Oh, Perry, I got one of those. I can go grab it if you hold the show for like 30 seconds.
I'm gonna do my Type 5 stand up, but I'm just kidding.
Okay, hey, I'll go grab my C918 because that's my favorite. So okay, wait, no, Perry, I will say this. When I first tried this blend, I did use the C918.
Okay.
My problem with that was that is such a perfect bourbon in my book. That is absolutely my favorite bourbon that I've ever bought.
Yeah.
So
you tell me I shouldn't use the C918?
Yes, that's my thought. My thought is it disappointed me only because that I love C918. So I decided to pick up. I mean, I love all Elijah Craig Barrel Proof, but I don't think any of them that I've had compared to that one. So that's the reason I grabbed the C919. But I do have a B519, Perry. If you have that one, I can go grab that one.
I do have one. It's up in my cabinet, which is so far away from me right now.
We'll be able to leave the stream. Yeah. Brian and I were chatting about this last night. It's hard to improve the C918, so that's the one thing that killed this blend for me. So, I'm willing to grab whatever you got, Perry. We just gotta take turns leaving and go grabbing it.
I mean, I have A119.
I don't have that one. It doesn't honestly. It doesn't really matter, but I think it's more fun. We have the same one.
Not that one. That one's
What we're saying here is like all Elijah Craig Barrel Proof is fantastic, but some of them
I have A120.
Oh well, I don't have that one. That's not in California yet.
let's just do the B519.
B519. Okay, I will go grab that. Perry,
go for it.
Hold the show for like.
I'll hold the port down for
30
a little
seconds.
bit.
Be right back.
Okay. Yeah. So, actually, I would tell a funny story about the excuse me, the Heaven Hill 4-grain. I did this as an experiment probably about a year and a half ago, but I did it with geez, hold on. Excuse me. I did it with the regular Larceny small batch and the Elijah Craig small batch. And I had Bernie Lubbers coming on the show, who is the bottle and bond guy for Heaven Hill. And I was like, well, I'll get him to try it. And I don't think I was the first one to come up with the Heaven Hill 4-grain, but it was me trying to, tell Bernie, hey, there's something here. You may as well.
Oh, so I'm ripping you off, Perry.
Well, I think you're ripping Brian off, who was ripping Jason off, who might have been ripping me off, or I don't know. I don't care.
Honestly, the bourbon community, I don't think anyone rips anyone off. We get inspired by each other, and
I honestly do not care.
Yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's like the legend of Elijah Craig. Was he really the first one to try charred oak barrels?
Exactly.
Who's to say? All right, I'm
No,
gonna grab my B519 real quick. I'm gonna.
Okay, you're gonna grab it.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah. So, I think honestly, I am so inspired by so many different whiskey channels out there. There are a few that I would really like to have on the show. So Jason Mash and Drum, if you're watching this, hit me up. I would love to have you on our show. Yeah, I have never felt like anyone is like stealing anyone's ideas. I think we're all inspired by each other. So what do you guys think? I mean, obviously, you're not gonna say like, "Oh no, you suck, you ripped them off," but no, I love this community, especially in times like this where we're all just sitting at home. My work had a Zoom happy hour earlier today. I told them I might make it, but I was like, you know what? I got 2 live streams after this. I'm not gonna do a work happy hour. So I passed on that one, but that was water, by the way, in case you're curious. But yeah, my chat is frozen, I swear. I'm gonna have to open up this other window that Perry did earlier. Brian says I was totally ripping Perry off. I'm not ashamed. It's okay. Brian, I tried to give you credit earlier. I was like, sorry, that barrel burst was hitting me. I tried to give you credit, Brian. I was like, this was Brian's idea. Okay. Thank you, Joseph. So how are you guys doing? What are you guys drinking tonight? I'm actually curious because I didn't get a chance to ask you guys, but I know Brian is all about that Elijah Craig barrel proof. He's on like what is like 4th pour of Elijah Craig barrel proof. Yeah, Brandon, can you see me now? What? Joseph and Brandon, what are you guys drinking? Oh, welcome back, Perry. Oh, he's getting some food in real quick. Sorry to call on you right after you take a bite.
It's fine. So Clifton, I have bad news. I also have good news.
Okay. Wait, give me the bad news first.
I actually don't have B519.
Okay. What's the good news?
I have the best bourbon of 2017, which was the B517.
Okay.
It's not necessarily good news for you. It's just good news for me.
It's not good news for me. I'm like, okay.
Yeah. So I apologize, though. What would be a better option for you?
So you have the C918.
I do.
And the B whatever.
I'm sorry.
We're getting to the point of the night. I'm like, what did I even grab? What did I do? Okay. It doesn't matter. Elijah Craig barrel proof. Pour whatever you want to pour. I'm going with the C919 because that was the one that I was like, eh.
I'm looking. Oh, that's where that 11-year Elijah Craig went.
Wait, no. Barrel. You gotta use barrel proof, Perry.
Well, no, I know, but I'm just
Okay, gotcha.
I'm just saying that's where that one went.
You know,
I'm gonna
funny?
try.
I grabbed another bottle, but I don't know where it went. That's what happens. You guys stick around with us for 2 hours.
I finally get to meet Cliffy.
You do. What?
I'm actually going to go with the A120 Elijah Craig barrel proof because
that has not made it to California yet. But I'm going to go with the C919. I'm just confused about where the bottle went that I grabbed, but it's cool. We're professionals.
I love when that happens.
I know.
Totally doesn't make me feel dumb at all.
Lil and Chris Lil and Brandon are both saying Cliffy is here. Yes, he is. That's my drunk name, by the way.
Cliffy.
Monica created it.
And I'm so here for it.
Okay, so I got my Elijah Craig. Got to add the larceny.
I'm about to do the same, but I have to use my cylinder first.
Oh yeah, how's that going?
Dandy. Oh, that's enough to save, right?
Yeah, for
I'm
sure.
saving it.
So my thing is, I've been like anytime I'm like really low on a bottle, I pour a sample bottle for myself, and I label it, and then the rest goes into like an infinity bottle or something.
You know what? I'm gonna throw the rest of that in an infinity bottle.
Yeah, go for it. Oh wow, that burned my nose so much. The larceny barrel proof, just like sniffing it. Ooh, that's tough.
So I will say there is a hot chance that I have actually tried this before.
Okay.
I can't remember for sure, but we might have done this on a Patreon bonus episode that's actually coming
I'm
out
sorry.
tomorrow.
I'm
Did
sorry.
you
I'm like,
splash it up into your nose?
no. Is your nose like to me on the nose? This is like overwhelming.
It's pretty oaky.
To me, it's like no, it's not. I'm not even getting that. I'm just getting the ethanol.
Well, I apologize. I meant alcohol-y.
Okay, yeah, that's. I mean, we do have different glasses, so
We do, and what you're using is the official tasting glass of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, and those typically do lend themselves to be a lot more alcohol heavy on the nose.
Yeah, I mean to be fair though, I much prefer this over. So I much preferred over the Tribeca glasses, which was my original glass that I used on the stream. Glencairn is close, but I still think I prefer this one. I don't know. For me, this is like my go-to glass when I'm trying to get notes on things.
I have not found anything that's compared to the Glencairn, personally.
Yeah.
Joseph said Fairy might be hanging around too.
Oh, we've been going for a while. Fairy's probably here.
I don't know, man. Like I don't hit funny drunk.
You have more tolerance than me. I'll say that because you're used to it. I'm not used to it. I'm used to my 1 hour live stream. Like I'm done, cut off for the night.
Once a week. Yeah. I mean, I did record this week too. So.
Okay. So this has started to like level out a little bit.
This is my real live dance. Remember everybody from the beginning of the stream 56 minutes ago? I'm surprised I remember.
This is really nice.
Great experience, me going back and forth from the mic.
Yeah, this is really nice though. On the nose.
All right, maybe Fairy is here.
Maybe. Oh, he's already tasting it. Let's go. Let's pull a Fairy. Sorry,
I'm used to the podcast method of one person tastes so that somebody else can continue talking and there's not a bunch of silence.
It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah,
I'm trying to keep up with you. Oh, that's good. What are your thoughts?
I like A120 Elijah Craig Barrel Proof better.
I haven't had a chance to try that one. So my reasoning, which the point I was trying to make earlier was, like I said, I combined the C918 Elijah Craig with the Larceny Barrel Proof, which is the only one out right now, mass market. The C918 is my absolute favorite. Honestly, the favorite bourbon I've ever bought. I know that's like exaggerating it. It might be exaggerating a little bit, but what I'm saying was I wanted to try it with an Elijah Craig that I like, but I don't love. Sure. To me, that was the C919. I know a lot of people love this one. It wasn't my favorite.
It honestly, everything from the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof line from 2019 was just really flat for me. I didn't have anything that I was over the moon about, which sucks because usually one of those, will place in my top 10 at the very least.
Right.
But
yeah, I mean, for me, the B519 was the most unique, and I think that's why I liked it the most. But I hate to latch on to that C918, but that C918 is so good. So this blend for me, I'm improving on both my least favorite Elijah Craig Barrel Proof from 2019, as well as the only Larceny Barrel Proof. Because let's be honest, I don't know what's to come.
Well, I mean, that's kind of why I went with the A120s for this one, just to see what it.
Good point.
Just to see what it might do, and it's not bad. It's definitely not bad. There's a kind of robust flavor that is prominent in the middle of the palate. The finish leaves a very weird aftertaste.
Yeah, it's weird for me too. I'm getting some like you said, like the mid palate is really good, but it's like everything else, like when it first hits your tongue and the finish is just like it's weird, right? I'm gonna have to try it again, but
I think for sure though, I'm gonna finish off the night with some C918.
that's what I was supposedly grabbing. Where did it go? That's my confusion of the night.
Here is my full unopened bottle.
Oh wait, hold on. I grabbed one.
C918.
Did I set it down to grab something else? Hold on. No, I do want to finish with you, Perry. Oh. Sorry.
No, that's good. It made me snort.
I'm just gonna check on that real quick. But Perry, I do want to drink that with you. So be right back, you guys.
Okay. Oh well. All right.
Wait,
well,
no, I'm here. Oh, wait, well, what?
Nothing. I'm just back in charge.
I have it here. Perry's in charge. Oh. Promote your stuff.
No, I'm not in charge anymore.
If you're not following Perry, Perry, plug your podcast and your channel.
Yeah, sure. I'll go ahead and do that before we get too loopy. You guys know me. I am the host of this My Bourbon Podcast. You can find my show on all your favorite podcast hosting apps. I am at My Bourbon Pod on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can follow me personally at PRitter1492. And yeah, that's it. We put out episodes every Wednesday, and we talk about the news of the week. We talk about what's going on in the community as well. And for the most part, it's just kind of us hanging out and having a good time and drinking and reviewing bourbons together. And sometimes we dip our toes into ryes, but for the most part, we stay pretty bourbon centric. But otherwise, it's a good
time.
Check
them out. I missed that, but check them out. They're awesome. I actually know, like legit, like I'm a huge fan of their podcasts, and like those guys are really fun to listen to, especially in a time like now where we need community, we need honestly distractions.
Yeah. Also, if you listen to the show, download the freaking episodes.
Yes,
don't just
please.
stream it, because I have no idea how they're performing if you just stream it.
Yeah. To be fair, I switched apps and it was just streaming it, but I'm going to go back to my other app after you said that. So we're going to start downloading.
Would you switch over to?
Yes. I don't know. I'm honestly, Pocket Cast is my go-to, and I switched for a while. I don't remember what I switched to, but Pocket Cast definitely downloads them. So I'm going to do that next time.
Sweet.
So I did grab C918. What's funny, I don't know what I grabbed last time, but I was like, I said this, I was like, I'm going to grab this with whatever we're grabbing, and I forgot to grab this. But I got the C918. I actually just opened this on my last stream, so also a new bottle for me.
Solid.
Yeah.
Solid.
Oh,
all right. I'm going to... Actually, you know what? I'm just going to dump it into my other blend glass.
Oh, what you're drinking previously?
Yeah, because I was like, I don't want to shoot that.
Oh no, I have a dump glass. I have two dump glasses, honestly. So Perry, what are your thoughts on the C918?
Well, it got my best bourbon of 2018.
Oh, well, that explains it.
So,
no, it's absolutely fantastic. I'm a huge fan.
I have not had the chance to do it yet, but I really need to blind it with the A120. A120 is a strong contender for the best bourbon of 2020, and I mean it was the first new release I had of this year. So
still waiting out here in California. I am waiting on that so much. I've heard so many fantastic things about it. We just got the new Bookers. By new Bookers, I mean 2020-01.
I haven't seen that in Kentucky yet.
It's here, but like we have to do delivery now, and like I don't want to pay delivery fees. I want it, but I don't want to pay delivery fees. So
fair enough.
It's here in California. I haven't tried it yet.
Clifton, would you indulge me?
Yeah,
because it's not every day that I get to do a fresh pop of my best bourbon.
Go for it.
From 2 years ago. All right, here we go.
Oh, that was sexy as hell.
That was as satisfying as I could have hoped for it to be.
That was awesome.
Yes. Okay.
It almost was the Sazerac Rye to shame, which is
I'm
really
I'm gonna be able to go to bed happy now, knowing that happened.
Okay, I'll wait for you. I'm already nosing it. No, I'll wait for you to pour some.
And let me tell you, I have been saving this bottle for a while, and it just, I don't know. Every now and then I get a little itch that's like, yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
It's time.
I still have a backup of it, so I'm good.
I'm gonna have to hunt one down.
Yeah.
Honestly,
It was
and like
randomly at Costco. Honestly, like one of the guys in my local group was like, "Hey, Clifton, you like Elijah Craig Barrel Proof? Here's the C918." I'm like, "Yes." I don't care what the price is. And yes, I want it.
oh, by the way, okay. Also, yes, I did go with a slight Perry pour of this because
Why not? Although to be fair, after this whole night of all of our pours and all of our crazy experiments, that one with the what was the one with the Vidon fleece? I don't know. That's competing. I wish I still had it here.
that was the one with the OWA, the Stag Junior, and the Elijah Craig Barrel Proof. So it makes sense why it would be competing a little bit because it does have, the same bones.
I mean, I would love to try them side by side. On the nose, though, that one was standing out more than this one, but this smells amazing.
I'm gonna need a minute. I'm gonna turn off my microphone and my camera. Just kidding.
No, this smells like the perfect bourbon, in my opinion. Every note I would ever want on a bourbon is on this glass right now.
Why can every bourbon not be this good? What?
It makes me wonder what is Elijah Craig doing? Why can't you just release this every batch, every year? Just bring it on. I will buy this every year. To be fair, I buy every batch every year too, but oh, that's my first time tasting it. I see why you're in shock, Perry. Oh. Joseph says get a room.
Let me say this. How do I love thee? Let me count the ways. From the first pour to the last pour, it stays the most consistent of any bottle I've ever had. And I mean, I've had a few, and I have a few. But this is by far, and this is coming off of me talking so highly about A120 recently too.
How does it compare? I'm actually legit curious.
Nah, this is better.
Oh, really? Yeah.
This is better. A120 I think is more unique.
Mm-hmm.
I was so surprised by A120. But C918.
Well, that's
there
why
is no comparison. This is flat out, hands down, 100% the best bourbon I've ever had.
That's what I keep saying. I felt crazy saying that, but I totally agree. Like, I can't. How can you improve on this? Like,
You can't.
It sounds exaggerated, but like you guys, it's so good. And this is my like third bottle of it, honestly.
Yes, this is my third as
well.
If you gave me the option between a case of pre-prohibition bourbons and a case of these to last me until the end of time, I feel like I added too many qualifiers there.
You're good.
This one, that Dang it, man. Look, 95 points from Whiskey Advocate does not seem high enough.
What are the other 5 points? Like, who would rate something better than this? I feel like we're bragging now, but
well, I'm gonna have to get off here soon. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Dude, no, seriously, I think that C918 still holds up as the best. The best. Just the best.
That says it.
And I'm out.
Sure, your Pappies and sure, your BTAC, they're all really good, but they're also double the price or more of this. So that's what Perry said earlier. Like, this is the best bourbon he's ever had. Not saying it's the best bourbon he's ever had, but I mean, I'm speaking for you, Perry.
The best bourbon ever.
Okay, the best bourbon ever.
No. You.
Okay, I was making a good point. Okay,
I was saying it's the best bourbon I've ever had, but it may not be the best bourbon ever.
In terms of price, I mean, I paid $59.99 for this bottle. Like, I cannot think of a single barrel bottle, a single bottle that I would pay more than like double the price of this for. Like, I mean, even if it's $100 bottle, I still think I would prefer this one. I don't know. Maybe I'm a little drunk, but I mean, I am definitely a little drunk.
Well, Brian said the Van Winkle stuff side to side is nowhere near the top ECBPs in my opinion, but I'm a proof hound. I mean, I think that's fair. You know, the higher proof stuff seems to not necessarily be better, but it does seem to showcase a bourbon or a whiskey more so than lower proof stuff does.
Yeah.
But in this case, though, man, I would have a hard time, and this is purely speculation, but I would have a hard time choosing a Van Winkle product over this one.
It's just so perfect in every way. Okay, we will stop our.
We will finish waxing poetic about Elijah Barrel Proof.
Peter, you mentioned you sent me a sample of the George C. Stagg Hazmat Edition for a preview. I tried a little bit of that with the Whiskey Crusaders on their stream a couple weeks ago. I did save some because I'm definitely going to review it on my channel. But
no, that's the 144.1 proof?
Something like that.
That Peter White is fantastic.
Yeah, Peter White sent me an amazing sample, so I saved some to review on my channel. I haven't reviewed it yet, so Peter, check that out. Everyone else, stay tuned. We're overtime, Perry.
Yeah, dude. I've been here for it. I've been enjoying hanging out.
I've had a wonderful time. I love these like tandem streams. I love it. Hanging out with you. It's all the same people, so we had a great time. Hope you guys had a great time too. If you're watching the replay, make sure to check out Perry's. It's hard to talk now. It's in the
description.
In the description below. Thank you for watching. My message for tonight is experiment, try different things. Even if it's something that you're like, oh, it's perfect. Let's blend it with something. It might even be perfecter. No, it may even be better.
I'll allow it.
Okay. So cheers, you guys. Have a wonderful night, and we'll see you next week.
Bye, guys. Love y'all.
Bye.
Thank you.